stand back down when he got unexpectedly spiked after Pack Smash armored through his down air attempt. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see if D-Money can stick to his game plan that I know he wants to execute on, or if Comet can get the best of him once again. And here we go into game one.
Yeah, like you said, Derek's got to keep his composure here. Like, if the player he wants to beat the most out of anyone in this venue right now is probably Comet.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one for sure.
Got an opportunity right now. It is going to be Instant Fox. I do not expect anything different from these two masters of their craft.
Yep.
And kind of, as far as post-pandemic Smash Ultimate has gone in Wisconsin, the top two in the state, generally speaking, besides Candle.
Besides Candle, yeah, I cannot say you're really wrong. With the past several years that they have been on top of their game for the most part. Both of them have had turns as #1 rank in the state.
Yeah, both of them taking kind of a step back recently. Derek, results-wise, and Comet, as he doesn't want to be ranked anymore. Just has not put himself up to be ranked. So, you know, it could have been #1 a couple times, but giving it to a couple other people. Galleon got it notably one time, and Candle's had it a couple times as well. That's an up smash.
Their own. Yep, the up smash will take the first stock, but we've already saw some of those mind games playing in. We saw D-Buddy standing still at the ledge, facing the opposite direction, just waiting for Comet to make a move. So these two definitely know each other really well.
And on the same time, Comet hit one up air on Derek and waited for Derek to hit that revenge, and then just punished him afterwards. Both these players know each other so well, know how to utilize their characters' kits, not only like to the best of their abilities, but also against each other. What moves are Incineroar specifically good against Fox, and vice versa.
Right now, Comet is really keeping D-Money on his toes, pretty much in the driver's seat for most of this.
Oh, I wanted to say Derek wanted to forward it there, but couldn't quite find it.
Yeah, he almost had him there. It would have been his first stock. Instead, he's going even further from behind, but that up air will finally take the first one. D-Money, though, still at 135 here on stock 2.
Yeah, and that's going to be dash attack back here every day of the week.
Yep.
That weak hit, late hit, dash attack sets up so many of Fox's good edge guarding tools, and you know, gets the first one right there and in a back air. Second stock, rather, not the first.
Yep. You know, once again here, D-Money still finding himself behind, but if there's any character in this roster that can make a comeback, yeah, I would imagine it'd be Incineroar. But he does have to get his feet back on the ground, literally and figuratively here. This Comet is sending him for a loop.
Yeah, finally does get his feet on the ground, gets a neutral B, but it is all for naught as Comet gets that back air and sends Derek in such a bad position, and just couldn't.
Yep.
Right into the blast zone.
Game one to Comet, and I know D-Money probably could have maybe survived that hit if he really tried, but I think he understood that this was maybe not a winnable, or at least a game worth fighting. Just take a moment for yourself, take a breather, let the game one go. You got more to work with here. We got best of 5s for a reason, and he's going to see if he can reset his mentality for game 2.
Also, something notable there is Derek didn't have a jump, so he had to try and recover with that side B, which sends you back a little bit at first. I think that's what killed Derek ultimately in the end there. I was kind of shocked that Fox back here killed at like 100%. I'm going to be honest. But, uh-oh, someone's in. There we go.
All right, here we go, heading into game 2. Let's see if it'll go any different here. And we're on small battlefield for this one. Here we go.
Yeah, again, not as small side blast zones. However, a lot less room for Comet to kind of move around and get in and out of Derek with. Those up tilts, though, maybe, you don't need to wiggle around if you're just going to get
together.
Just going to up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, up tilt.
The last hit of a revenge neutral B there from D-Money, and I know he just tried to edge guard as well. He's got some decent damage here, though, on Comet. He needs to let himself not fall too far behind, because Incineroar can do the rest of the work for you.
Yeah, and tries to get a couple neutral airs. Does Comet D-Money, actually, with the neutral air right there. Not going to find the stock with it, but it is going to force Comet into a position where he can't recover. And now D-Money with a stock lead and some confidence. We saw the triple taunt.
Oh, yeah. And if there's one thing I also know about Comet, it's that it's generally said that he dies like a hamster.
Yes.
He finds himself a way to die in ways that most people would not really necessarily expect. He will get his first stock, though, with the up smash. So we are even on stocks here. But if you are D-Money, you do want to try and force Comet to get into a spot that he doesn't want to find himself in, because he will, at times, make a mistake that he hadn't intended on.
Yeah, and there's a down air into the F smash, but the back air actually is going to be what kills him there.
That's what finally gets it. And Comet once again out to a lead here. D-Money, though, 2 frames of it at the ledge. Oh, he almost had the read with the side B as well. Not going to convert off it. But he does get a revenge and a nair off Comet trying to recover. That is an exploitable Fox recovery, and I know he knows it.
I mean, so far he has exploited it, but nothing for a kill. It's been a lot of, like, I hit him a couple times, I get a lot of damage, and then Comet makes it back to stage eventually. And, you know, eventually you're going to have to take these Fox stocks. He's at 146. This is not where Incineroar is built to fight people. Incineroar is built to fight people and kill them at 90, not 150.
You are absolutely right on that one, and I do think that definitely speaks to Comet's survivability in this case, in that he's keeping D-Money on such a back foot that he doesn't have the opportunity to be getting in the kill moves that he wants. He really is only able to chip away at times.
There it is.
Right there, he'll finally get the stock off him, as Comet's definitely not able to detect that one. But D-Money still finds himself at 116. And I know rage is a powerful thing. Wait a minute. Oh,
I thought he was going for the up B suicide kill there.
I thought we were going to the pet store to get ourselves a hamster.
There's one already on the screen.
Yep, and we're going to see if he goes down like one or if he's able to keep the momentum. Comet, he will take game 2 there. Holding on against D-Money. Ika had a much stronger game this time around, did D-Money. But Comet, once again, though, keeps himself far enough in the driver's seat, and he's up 2-0.
Yeah, Comet is showing pure dominance so far, showing why, for the longest time, the saying goes, Comet is the best, Comet #1.
That is true. And I think he had a little bit of a stumble at one moment when he wasn't able to recover in the direction he needed to. But if you're Comet, this has happened so many times, I imagine he is getting used to the concept of dying like a hamster. So even though that is one of his weaknesses, and he is so well aware of it, that you can't take that as for granted as necessarily a win.
And at the same time, like, you were kind of getting edge-guarded by Incineroar anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like the stock was guaranteed to stay, even if you didn't SD.
No,
like,
not by any
Incineroar was
means.
right there with a neutral air, ready to kill you.
Yep, and we're here now in Game 3, and we're on Battlefield this time, as D-Money tries to find his first game of this set here in Losers.
Yeah, I'm wondering why we added the top platform here, rather, if you're D-Money. That I feel like that would only benefit Fox as we get the charge on the up smash. And
that's the first kill.
Comet is up big right now in this game number 3.
Comet going high, and I definitely think those platforms will serve to benefit him as he's able to find D-Money in more spots that he can punish him in than he would normally be able to. But right now he went a little low, just barely making it back. He almost overextended, but D-Money will take the stock for it. I do think that was a slight mistake if you're Comet. He overextended a little bit trying to get a kill, and he wasn't able to find it.
I mean, when you're Comet and you're up not only in a stocks but also games, you can kind of play with fire a little bit. It is, like, difficult against Incineroar to play with fire because he will kill you at 0 if you mess up.
Yep, not to mention he's a fire type.
Yeah,
he doesn't resist it. But continuing here, D-Money getting revenge, getting an extra side B.
Yeah, Alolan
not kill.
Not gonna find the stock there, but a lot of damage has been done in Comet this stock, and we're pretty close to even. That up smash, maybe if we were facing the right direction, would have done it, but could not find it there. Does Comet? However, he's got Derek scared. Look at Derek flicking that shield.
But finally, D-Money grabbing a side B and one of his first leads here of the set. We'll see if he can get anything up. My bad. Nope. There is the up smash from Comet to even out stocks here. 0% apiece on final stock of Game 3.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
The concept of up smashes reaching platforms is so messed up.
Ugh.
I hate those. They annoy me so much. Yoshi, Fox, Ridley. I hate you. Anyway.
It is a terrifying thing, and it's so hard to deal with because it generally feels that even if you are above him, he can touch you, but you can't touch him. And Comet is going to take the final stock off of D-Money, and he's got this one, 3-0.
Yeah, that is Comet moving on in the bracket. Derek with a respectable 7th place, bowing out. Again, not anything to be ashamed of if you're Derek, but that is a 3-0 to Comet, and Comet will be going later in the bracket.